Hello, welcome back to TTRPG's channel and gameplay of Nahwal, the Contaminated. I am Morshadi, and let's go around here based on my Zoom. Let's start with Ida.
Oh, that's me. Oh, that's me.
That's you.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Hi. I'm Ida. My pronouns are she and her. And like last session, I will be playing Alma. She's a snacky lady, kind of a um high opinionated, fussy, can be a little annoying. She's the mean girl, but there's something worthwhile inside. And you can find me on Twitter at in underscore the underscore pan in the pan. And I am really looking forward. And I will toss it to the next person on the Zoom, which is Mitch.
Hey everyone, my name is Amanda. I use she, her pronouns. I will be playing Mitche, who's the she, they. They are going to play the Tulacuache, which is the possum playbook. Uh, she can be described as sort of like loves to have a good time, but if you ask her to do any work, she'll probably say no. She's very lazy, kind of cowardly. But we'll see what the journey will take them. So I'm gonna pass it off to Pupicito.
Hey everybody, it's me, Anthony, he, him pronouns, and I'll be playing Pupusito, also he, him pronouns. I'm playing Birdman. I'm playing the Eagle playbook, the Aguila playbook, and a sort of straight-laced, wants to make sure everybody in the group is comfortable and just trying to make sure that everybody has what they need. So, wound up in a cliffhanger last time, so I'm excited to see what Pupusito gets into. And I'm going to popcorn it off to Angela.
Hello there,
Sita, your
lovelies.
mic's a little low. Sorry.
It's a good thing. Thank you. My sister interrupted me again. This will. I will remember this. Hello there, everyone. My name is Angela Lemos Monrevejo. I use she/her pronouns, and I am going to be playing Gabby, who uses she and Ray pronouns. Well, she/they pronouns, pardon. And also is the Jaguar, who is I'm happy to have discovered more of this comparison. She is like if a metalhead in the middle of a mosh pit had all of that energy in everyday life, but had to like constantly tamp it down. That's kind of her as a person in terms of how she is feeling about anything at any given moment. She probably is actually a nice person. She just has a lot of impulses towards violence as her starting point. So that's Gabby, and I'm also super excited considering where we ended off last time. And I will pass it over to our fantastic GM,
Well,
More.
thank you very much. I am More Shoddy. Like I said at the beginning, you can find me on Twitter at more underscore shoddy. More Shoddy everywhere else. And I run games for TTRPG and a few other channels. And like like Angela said, we left off on a cliffhanger. Just as a quick wrap up, our team of Angeleros tracked down, hunted down, and tackled our angel, our boy angel, in fact, which is very unique and interesting because there's no such thing as young angels. They're all just middle aged, guacamole toast looking, really, generic looking angels. And at the end of this last scene, it said that they wanted help finding its mom. That's also very odd. Um, for the chat and for anyone watching, you probably noticed that we are missing one of our angelados, and they are not here today. So we're going to start out this with a little bit of a fast forward. For all of you, one of you took Jimena home because the amount of harm that she took was just too much. Which one of you took them home?
So
Pupusito. Oh.
yeah, yeah, definitely gonna look towards Gabby, and see her, angry. But I'm going to hold back and want to talk to her about that later. And I'm gonna go and pick up Jimena in my big talons, safely nestled, and fly her back.
Okay. As everyone sees, Pupusito take off with Jimena, like in that kind of like kind of way. The rest of you are left with this angel on the ground, just kind of just sitting like this, because the person who was holding them down was Pupusito, with their claws on top of them, and they're just now kind of rocking back and forth. What do you do?
I look over to Alma and I go, so we're sure that this isn't an alien, right?
I mean, it's because it's an angel. It should be dead by our hands now.
I think for a second I
No.
was like, hmm? Turn to Gabby.
There's a very distinct sense of like the feral nature in Gabby is like fighting every bit of her inside is fighting to not also tear her sister to shreds right now. Because I think we also left off Gabby was in the middle of like holding back her sister from like
Yes.
trying to tear to
Alma
shreds.
had taken a bite of the angel already, like
Yeah,
literally.
you did do that. You did do that. That
Yeah.
one was very clearly done.
And you definitely jetpacked your sister, trying to hold her back.
Oh, right, because I'm small. I am small. But
You
angry.
are small, and you're just like you're cute and adorable. You are a snack pack.
Yes, I am snack pack, and yeah, I think the most she's able to get us that not now, not yet.
Oh. I look over at the angel. We're playing good cop and bad cop. I want to be bad cop.
I'm gonna be the cop that goes get donuts. I'll be right back, and you can kind of see her start to scamper. She just sort of
shit.
like it seems like you guys are good here, right?
The narrator says things are not good right now.
Everyone just kind of gives you this like boom look because like Meche, come on.
Okay, fine.
No, but Meche, you actually just want to walk away from this because you think everything just kind of is now. You want to leave everything alone. What do you want to do?
I want to take a look. I want to do some recon in the area that we're at right now, since we're a little bit further away from our usual hunting grounds.
That's correct. You are very much closer to the biggest cathedral in the city. What's it called?
We came up with it last week, and I have forgotten.
Almo, you are a prolific note taker. Do you remember what that?
We named the biker bar. I don't think we named the church.
Okay, Meche, what is the name of the cathedral?
Our Anointed Lady of Blood.
Wow.
Santa Sangre, kind of.
Santa Sangre.
That's just generic enough to be every other church in a lot of places. It's like it's anointed, absconded. No, not absconded. Absconded's an entirely different thing.
Very metal and very realistic. You are correct, Pupusito. So as you look towards this, what you've actually had interactions with this cathedral before. What have you done there before? You run your little scams. You've run your little things before. What is it that you've done there before?
I was alms for the poor, which was me.
Your alms?
Yeah.
Your alms and you're the poor.
I was raising money to help feed the poor, which was me.
All right then. So what do you do right now? You look at the cathedral, La Santa Sagre. What do you do?
I want to sort of like climb up the rooftop since I'm still in my wall form. I want to start climbing, trying to get some like recon to see if like anyone has like noticed us.
Okay. Yeah, you're easily able to climb. You're still in your knockoff form, and you just like you scamper. You find every single foothold, and get to the large building. Do me a favor, and would you rather do sneak around, or would you rather do open the doors of perception? What are you trying to look for exactly?
I'm trying to look for danger. I'm looking to see because there are some angels in the area here. So I want to make sure that we haven't like alerted anyone. So,
Okay, yeah, let's do sneak around it. So
Yeah.
that would be with your manya.
all right. Times 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 9.
Okay. On the 7 and 9, you get to choose one of the following: season an exposed asset or resource, which doesn't really fit with what you're trying to do. Bring others along with you, or take a secure and strong position.
Take secure, strong position.
Okay, so you're totally able to get to the top of the rooftop, and you've traveled all along the city. You know exactly where to find the greatest hiding spots. You know how to get away from people, and you do find the best perch on the top of this building. And you look out, and you see like the perfect eye line to the cathedral, where you see just like the milling of those generic angels, just like going around and around the cathedral, because that's where everyone goes. All the humans go to pray to, and wherever a mass of humans go to it, with their belief system, that's where angels gather. It's like they're like that's what they feed off of, just that belief system. So they just like it's like they circle around it. So you see that none of them have they don't really see you, but you don't see anyone else. But you I think you probably wonder why the boy was going there if he wanted to help.
Right.
What do you do now?
I'm going to try to break into the church through the roof.
Okay. Do you tell anyone else?
No.
Okay. You like just take off over the rooftops. The three of you see Mecha take off up on the rooftop, but you're left with this. The two of you left. Gabby, sorry, I apologize, but you're not there. Alma and Gabby, you two are left. Mecha took off up on the rooftop, just saying, muttering something. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go get, which is pretty standard for Meche. What do you do?
Let me go. I would like to use my Encanto on a PC.
Oh, okay. What does Encanto happen when you use it on the PC?
Let's see. I roll, and I have to spend hold on them, and they can comply or refuse. And if they refuse, they mark a condition. But let's see how much hold I guess I get.
Okay.
But it's below a 10, so I get 2 hold. So I turn to Gabby and I say more forcefully, more impactfully, let me go.
I think there is a moment where she like it's like you see like if a cat's like hair has been standing up on end, she's like starting to relax, but she like with the claws that are extended, she like snaps herself out of it by like raking the ends of her nails against the top of the roof. So I will take the condition to refuse.
Okay.
Okay.
She's already haunted, so this is going to be fun for her.
All right. So that means you have two conditions already marked.
Yeah, that I'll say frustrated. It makes
All right.
sense for her. She's not having a good time right here.
Okay. What do you say? What do you say to Alma to that you? She's telling you to like let go. What do you tell Alma?
Ooh, I just realized. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna lean into this. I'm gonna lean into that. Just because you think you can always get your way with everyone else doesn't mean you get your way with me. If I tell you no, I mean no.
Ay, pobre Gabriela.
It's like claws digging in. This one is different.
I will spend my last hold then, since I'm directed on Gabby. I will say in my forceful way. So you get to choose to comply or refuse again. Deal with it then.
Once again, is just like if last week it was like starting to mildly dig nails into her own flesh, is just like both fully gone in. Like it's puncture wounds at this point into her own hands, and she says no again, but now she's at all three conditions filled.
Oh,
So with
okay.
Yeah, she says no again. She's just
Oh, we're just gonna hug here then.
uh mm,
so with that, all three conditions, because you're currently still in your Nahua form,
yeah.
I am going to ask you to roll for me. Just this.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to roll.
Oh,
Now
boy.
you have eaten an enhancer. So you can roll with a +1 to see if you stay in your Nahua form. So go ahead and roll 2d6 +1.
I am in danger. Oh my god, but the +1 is exactly 7.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Um.
Mm.
So that is definitely, you're still in your Nahua form, but like you're teetering on that edge. Um. So you're fine by now, but you take a hit, you take anything, like you definitely, if you try to mark another condition, it's gonna like throw you over the edge. So you can feel it just starting to like, you're a little wobbly.
Yeah.
So what do you do now?
I think with it reaching this point, I think she tries so hard most times not to lean into this element of her well-being, of her personality, but I think she just says I think she like she actually slackens her grip, and she does like just like a finger trace along her cheek, and she just says, "Pobre Alma. If it weren't for me, no one would want to be around you. Ever. Do you think people are going to put up with you forever? Do you think people are going to want to be around someone who never makes a real connection with them? Do you think people are going to want to deal with you?"
How can Alma physically get out of this hold? Question for the GM.
So, move wise, you probably, the only way you could do it is actually, you probably could trade harm with each other, so assailing each other. Um, on your own, let me take a look at your actual totem moves.
Yeah, they're not.
I don't think you have
I already
anything.
bit someone and
Yeah.
So that's not gonna really. That's not really
Not really
the.
gonna work. Um,
And my hypnotic eyes is only on human NPCs. It doesn't say anything about PCs.
yeah,
So no.
yeah. The only problem is you actually get into a physical fight with with your sister. Do you really want to get into a fight with your sister? It's up to you. What do you want to do?
Well, the character would assume, want to or not, it's not practical.
Yeah.
I'm not going to expend my energy on that. So I'll just curl my head at the angel that's like on the ground. Is like, oh, looks like someone else wants to be the bad cop. See,
Now,
get a reaction out of it. What's it doing? What's it trying to say?
as a little what paperwork gathering here. I can't think of the actual term here. Gabby, I'm just making sure you were trying to be intentionally cruel to your sister.
Yes, that
Okay.
I feel like telling her she's not gonna have any friends.
Okay.
She's like,
And
"You're gonna be alone," is basically the crux of what she said.
So
I
that-
feel like that would. that
which
would
is
do
one of your vices. I'm guessing.
Yep.
Okay. When you activate your vice, that means you get to clear your stress, clear your conditions, or gain XP. And I'm guessing you're trying to clear your conditions.
Yeah, I think she's trying. I think it makes sense narratively. While she's still frustrated and restless because her sister's being the one causing it, but I think at this point the haunted has cleared because the haunted was primarily from dealing with the vision she saw, and now like her priority is make sure my sister does not kill this angel.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you clear your conditions.
So yeah.
When this device is yeah, so you clear a condition, so you can clear one off. So, Alma, when you turn, look, and just like, I'm guessing you're just like sneering, you're just like, ugh, you just like pour yeah, that pure venom voice on this boy. He's been staring at the two of you, just kind of, he stopped shaking back and forth, and just is like raptured. If he had popcorn, he would, and just you, your brother, your sisters, like that. Are you sure you love each other?
Love is
There's
a word
room in
for
the
it.
family.
Ooh, that's a. You got things to work on. As we go back to Pupusito, you have just dropped off Jimena, like tucked them in. You've like closed the door, and just sort of like, all right, what are you doing now that Jimena is now nicely resting in their home?
So I mean, exactly as I'm tucking her in, I just have a thought to myself like, wow, I hope everybody's okay and safe.
Like,
Back
I
there.
hope Meche can keep them in line.
Yeah, Alma, and Misha were talking to Gabby. They had the situation under control. I'm sure it's all fine. So I just wrap up some of my duties back at our wonderful bar, but I want to head back as soon as possible because I want to see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you head back to your bar, it's and no one lives too far away from the bar. I think you all decided to live close enough because if you live too far away, that's a weakness. As you head back, you get back to the bar. You haven't been gone long enough, and you head inside. El Caído is still there, just like now, just kind of waiting around. It's about midday. You get inside, and Don Vicente is behind the bar, which he has got this like pissed off look because everyone fucking left. Like he is the brewer. He's not the bartender, and he's just cussing you out, which is not normal because you're Pupusito. You love everybody. Like you're the one who helps, but because you're the only one there, he's cussing you out. He's saying some words that would make like the Pope red in the face.
I look at Senor Vicente and I say, you know, if I didn't have so much respect for you, we wouldn't be talking. We'd be having, one of the many bar fights that we see out every week. But this time, I'm gonna let you go on your way. I've tried to do everything that you said. I cleaned up, I took out the trash, I threw out all of the disgusting refuse for the bar. What about you, huh? Like, you're here all the time. Don't you know what's happening right now? Didn't you even see what was going on? We were tying people to these benches. This isn't a time for games anymore. I was, you know, trying to help you out and keep you calm, but I can't do that right now. Listen, if you're mad that you're not serving anybody, give me the largest size of chinguere you possibly can. Let me down it right now, throw it back, and I need to get back out there. I'll be flying a little wobbly, but my eyes are still good. All right, so I'll be drooping, but at least I'll still be clear. Okay, so just help me with my nerves, help me with yours, and give me some of your amazing brew. And this is like the easiest compromise that Bubusito can come up with to still get him to serve his wonderful liquor, but just calm down, all right? Like, I gotta go.
And he just kind of like, he's like, because he's got one of those mustaches, right? And he just like, bleh. And he like leans down. He comes up with this like small teacup that you have one of those little cafecitos, like the really like Cuban coffees, like it's small. And he comes up with like, he pours one out, and it's like the most concentrated drink you've ever seen. You've never seen him pour this. And he's like, and he pushes it towards you. Tómalo. Ah.
Okay, gracias por su colada, and I throw it back. Pero, uh, and this is where I'm gonna push my luck a little bit. If maybe I should roll, but yo requiere que yo tome el reto conmigo también. In other words, I want to take the entire pot of this extremely concentrated liquid with me to bring it back to my wonderful bar friends, and just everybody for sure has wrapped up at this point, and me bringing in a bottle of concentrated liquor would be nothing but celebratory and wouldn't be misused in any possible way. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Do you have any harm, any stress, or any conditions?
So I was saying this beforehand. I thought I had a lot more stress. Turns out it was from a Monster of the Week game that I was in. I have only one. So I do have two conditions still left. Um, and I'm insecure currently marked, but
Okay.
Haunted and Restless is still open.
Okay. Do me a favor. Roll just a clean 2d6. I'm no longer saying straight because
The worst kind of 2d6.
the worst kind is 2d6. Straight 2d6.
A 6.
You gain like you when you like drink this more. Usually when you drink Jingere, like it lifts you up. It makes you feel great. Like it's just kind of one of those like yeah. You don't even feel a hangover the next morning if you drink too much. Like this though, you drink it down. It just gives you heartburn. Like you're just not feeling good. Ugh. You almost wanna makes you want to throw up. Maybe it's something with the food that you had. You made it like maybe it's counterbalanced with the picadillo that was made. You don't know what's going on, but it's not making you feel good. Since you rolled a 6, go ahead and make sure to mark experience. But I'm not gonna give you any negatives for it. You just don't get the benefits you normally would get.
Just gonna fly around, and I still feel like I'm. Like when you drink like canned wine and it's or like wine in a box, and it's
Hey,
cheap.
hey, don't knock wine in a box. Thank you
Hey,
very
it's
much.
sometimes, if it's a particular brand, I'll be flying and I'll still get that confusion, that headache, but I won't actually feel anything. So it's all of the not fun without any of the actual fun. So I'm just flying and I'm not even like sad. I'm not even like, drunk. I'm just sad. I'm just kind of like, roomy, rain clouds over my head, flying, trying to fly low under them, and I didn't get the pot with me. Vicente's still mad at me. Whatever. At least I know that everybody's okay, and I'm still really banking on this one idea that at least like that's the bright side of the day. So I'm still flying.
As you're flying back, and I'm guessing you're flying back to the location you left everybody.
Yeah, it was the last one, with the knowledge that the cathedral, where the cathedral was too. So that's a second place to check out. If
All right.
yeah,
As you're flying back, and you mostly glide, right? You like, whoo, is that what it is? We turn back to Meche. Meche, you're heading straight to Santa Sangre, and where are you going? You know the perfect place to break into.
I feel like I was going try to sniff around some of the sort of back offices of the cathedral, like where the admin stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know how well possums can like sniff stuff out, but I'm like kind of sniffing the air, trying to see if I get like a whiff of anything that would be interesting.
As you get to the back offices, yeah, like they're like every if you ever look at any church, especially with like grandeur, there's always like that back section that's just like a regular building. That's like it's always like squared off, and then there's just like a building right there in the middle. It's exactly where you're looking for. There's a gate. You're a possum. You're you're an unhitano. You easily can just like whoom, jump over. But I want you to do me another sneak around roll.
I'm in the shits. That is a 4.
Ugh.
Uh,
As you
is that with Mana though? Manya.
Manya?
Yeah.
Manya?
Manya. Yeah.
Yeah, it's with Manya.
Oh well then that's a 6 then, but that
Either
doesn't
way.
make a difference.
No, it does not. Make sure to mark experience on that one. As you jump over the fence, what you don't realize it's midday, and possums really shouldn't be coming out midday and jumping over fences. I mean, they come out all the time, but they try to So as you jump over the fence and go towards it, you are literally running over open field. And someone's like, "Hey, get the Hajinuki!" And you now see 2 guards, like just coming over, and they're running, and they've got their hands on their guns. Why a church has guns, you don't know. What do you do?
I'm going to go ahead and use my ability to play possum. I'm just gonna pretend like just roll flat in the ground, like I look like I'm dead.
Okay.
I basically scare myself so much that I'm just like, oh crap, 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 and then you just see me do.
Okay. Okay. Just to read it out, when you play possum, you play dead as to avoid a conflict. You mark stress, so make sure to mark that off. And your body looks dead. You don't even have a pulse. Wow. Okay. Cool. They can do any harm to your body, tear it apart, burn it, etc. It doesn't matter. When you choose to end the effect, you wake up completely unharmed. So what does it look like? Is it right after you jump in and you hear them say that?
I think like when I see them, I run for a bit, and if I see they get closer, that's when I just kind of play possum.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone's running toward it, and you just.
Yeah.
As they come over, like, they just are looking at you, and just kind of kick you over. Like, hey, get up. Which nothing. There's nothing going on. And just, they kind of, nothing. Absolutely. So they did kind of just pick you up and try to shake you, because you and they're just like, oh my god. They drop you. Go get, and they're just talking. They're talking real fast, and they're like, go get, and one of them runs off to go get somebody. The other one's like, looks through, because it's just like a gate, one of those gates with like the spikes and stuff. People out in the street can see. So the other one's grabbing you and pulling you out of view across the grass, and just like taking you behind the building. And he's just like worried and looking around. What do you do? Are you just gonna continue to play dead?
Yeah, I'm kind of going to go see like what happens next, because if they're going to grab someone, I'm curious to see who they grab.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm kind of like I'm kind of reconning while I do this, because I'm assuming I'm like still conscious. I just look dead.
yes, yes.
Okay.
You just look dead. You can still. It's like, how do you? How is it your consciousness? Is it just your like you got your eyes closed? Do you have like an out of body experience?
I imagine that like the rest of my senses are still, so I can still like smell and I can hear very well still, and feel, and maybe like kind of like an out of body experience where I don't necessarily have vision, but it's like I can kind of like rough sort of shapes. Everything's still kind of like blurry, but I can kind of comes in and out of focus a lot.
Kind of like Toph in Avatar that
Yeah,
can
yeah,
just kind of see things.
something like that, where I'm just kind of like vaguely senses, but everything else is a little bit heightened.
Okay. So as the person standing there, over your body and just kind of like really nervous, you can feel um, this like sense. You can almost feel the sweat coming off of them, and not because it kind of a warm day and they just dragged the body up behind the behind the shed essentially. You can feel their nervousness. You sense two bodies coming towards you. And it's probably the same guard and someone else. You sense two humans. I want you to roll me a open the doors of perception with instinto.
That is a 5 because I have a -1 to instinct.
So the third person that comes up, all you sense coming off of this person is this like white hot like bright light, to the point where it just overwhelms your senses. It doesn't wake you up from your possum. That is your choice to come out of it. But it almost like it's just a whitewash. You no longer know what the hell's going on. It just overwhelms, and you can kind of hear something to the effect of like inside, but you no longer can feel what's going on with your body or whatever. All you do is can think yourself, which means you are currently you can wake up or stay dead. We'll go back here to Alma and Gabby and Pupusito. As you are flying down, you see a little bit of the ending of this fight between the sisters, and Alma's just like, and the angel boy like pointing at them. What do you do?
I mean, I'm gonna assume still the better, and that they've let the angel go, and he's just being rowdy. So I'm just gonna fly down and right in the middle of it. Hey, everybody! I tried to get some liquor for us, but I couldn't. What did I miss? I see he's up.
And Gabby, are you still holding on to your sister?
Yeah, I think I
Like-
still I loosened it so she could have like started to at least crawl out of it, but there's at least body language suggests I'm not gonna let go of her if she looks like she's about to leave. I'm still in like that, and it's
Wait,
not super graphic, but
What
like,
what I
Pupusito's
love is the fact that
probably
you're
seeing blood by the hand.
yeah.
what I love is that you're literally holding on to your sister, but like not with your hands, just like your fists around and just like
Yeah, yeah, she's full on is just like trying to keep someone in while also keeping herself in. It's very visible she's struggling right now.
yeah.
The blood is what gets me, and I start to be like, wait, what? I was just gone. What happened in such a short amount of time? Are you okay, Alma? and I look over and I'm
I muttered to Gabby, I should plan another date soon. I'll shrug off Gabby and walk over to the angel boy, squat down right to its face. So talk.
And he just, I just was just, and it just starts like rubbing, and it starts going back and forth. I just wanted your help. I was, I just figured you could help me. Like, you help, right? And looks over to you, Pupusito.
No, I say as Pupusito's nodding his head.
Pupusito, you, as this boy looks over at you, you still see like dribbles of blood from the fang marks on its neck. What do you do?
so when I did land, I did see those before. And it's still Angel, right? The same way that so normally, I don't know, I think in a horrific kind of way, I'm kind of licking my lips, maybe. I'm like uh just really excited to just move past this and
Oh,
you know,
oh, you want some?
I'm gonna start blushing super hard.
Hold on.
Like, yeah, that tastes pretty great. Um,
The boy is just like now trying to like climb up the wall a little bit
wait, okay.
and just like slap to its throat, his hand through his throat.
But I mean, he's already in pain, and you guys were fighting. I mean, are we fighting over what to do with this one? I mean, he's looking for his mom, right? I mean, have we made any progress? Do we even care?
One of us doesn't care.
Are
I
you
mean,
surprised?
I eat fried eggs over my chicken. Those are probably mommy and their baby.
Oh God, that's so. Jesus, that's so mean. I think Gabby just
mean,
like entirely ignores Alma and like goes directly up to said angel and asks a question that we've ignored this entire time, which is, what is your name? None of us have asked this for. There's been an entire fight. We've had one person literally scamper off, and we've had another person just fly off and be like, I'm out. My people need me, and then come back slightly tipsy. And nobody has asked this kid what the fuck his name is.
yeah, let's reassess. Yeah, exactly. Mecha took off like, I'm gonna yeet. The other one's like comes out like, oh yeah, oh hold on, off of Alma's fingers. Almost just like, and
Been there,
Gabby,
done that.
the metal hardcore one, who's totally the Jaguar predator of the group, is all like, everyone calm down.
I just want to note, I am the one doing this right now.
All right.
This is character development for her. I am
Indeed.
calling it as a player. This is development
Indeed.
for her. She hasn't actively tried to kill anyone yet. Well, besides her sister, but that's it's minor.
So as the boy kind of looks at it, it's now like on the corner. You know how like rooftops have that kind of joint at the end on the top wall there. He's just looking at Pupusito, looking at Alma, kind of tilts a. Well, my mom calls me Lupe. And it's trying to get around Alma and just kind of. It seems like it wants to get towards you, Gabby.
Yeah, I think she positions herself so like between Lupe and Alma, and I'm gonna regret this, but I think as a sign of good faith, she just goes. She asks first, "Are you scared of me?"
Mm-mm. No.
That's a mistake.
Looks at you with a like, yeah, fucking right.
You might want to ignore her. Most people do unless she has leverage over them.
Which is everybody.
Except for me. And she just like she transforms out of the Nawal.
You come, and it just like everything just transforms back. Um, just as a quick uh, recap, how do you look in your normal human form?
Normal form, she looks like if a punk from like the 70s and like she looks like a Mexican version of like if a punk and a metalhead from like the 70s and like the 90s mixed. Like she has like a ratty like band t-shirt. She's got jeans that are not really well put together. Like the shirt is long enough on her that it almost seems like it's a dress. Like it's one of those like you could tell it was probably a hand me down from somebody, and like it's probably a level of like whatever Alma tries to do for a presentation, it's Gabby does the exact opposite in terms of how nice it looks. She does not try and like look like she's anything put together whatsoever.
And as you transform, because if we remember from the first episode, you described the shirt that Lupe was wearing was also a band shirt as well. Um, Immediately, there's just this connection. Like he sees this shirt that you're wearing and slips right underneath almost like and tosses themselves behind you, just kind of like even though Lupe is taller than you, they're just kind of like holding on to your shoulders and just
We should talk about this not out in the open. Okay? I don't know what your deal is, but despite everything we've shown here, are you willing to trust me?
and Lupe just grips your shoulders even a little bit tighter in that just kind of reassuring way.
Okay. We should find a place to talk.
You
Alma?
know who really else? Pusito, you know who really else is really trusting and has a really lovely relationship with each other? Shepherds and their sheep before they get turned into mutton chops.
I think, you know, I think you're generally right that we could probably eat this one maybe if things don't go, don't advance too far past this. But we should at least wait to see what Gabby and Mitch find out about Lupe's mom. I mean, he's at least talking to us, but I'm pretty hungry, so I see where you're coming from too.
Oh yeah, Meche, I don't know, saw something shiny. Maybe she went to get my breakfast burritos. Because Gabby here clearly got her priorities mixed up. And now she's helping angels.
Just for a little bit, sometimes, at
Pero
least
tengo hambre.
listen, if we bring them back alive, it's a little fresher. It'll taste better. Let's see what happens on the way. And I sort of look towards Gabby and I try to give a blink as if I'm avoiding some social interaction. I'm like, I'm trying to avoid the all-seeing eye of Alma, and trying to motion to Gabby that yeah, I do believe like Gabby's in the right about this.
Sound like Alma's gaze is just a freaking mal de ojo, just looking at you at every single occasion.
You said it, not me, but it's here in my notes, like embroidered.
I more.
Yes.
This is a question to
Yes.
GM. So you know how we have usually one person from the Bashio who is like a connection point? Where does Irma live, by any chance? Where does she live?
Where does who live?
Irma, the person who I have in my body question, I describe her as the queer auntie of the neighborhood.
That's right.
Because she's the only one who I consider myself close to. Where would she live?
She has a little house just down the street. It's a house that's been in the neighborhood since before it was a part of the sprawling city. Hasn't always been in her family, but it's just that like imagine in the movie Up, that little house and then like all the sky rises like just built around it because they refused to sell. It's that kind of house. I would probably say it's a 10-minute walk from the bar. But she travels like all the city. Everyone knows, Tia Irma, because she's everywhere. She goes out in the morning, buys her, her food for the day, her fresh vegetables and everything, and talks to everybody. So at this point, midday, she's probably back home because she's making her own money. So she'd be there.
Why don't, instead of talking about eating somebody right in front of them, why don't we sit down? I get the snacks I owe you, Alma, and we wait for Meche to come back.
Wait for a snack. I keep looking at Lupe as I say that.
And just kind of hides behind Gabby. And Gabby, like, you feel this, like, just crunching behind you and just kind of grabbing onto your shirt. And it just gets tighter and tighter on you.
Alma, do you want me to mention to Pupusito how things went with your first boyfriend? I don't think anyone wants to hear that story.
¿Y qué pasó con el primer
I
novio?
want to hear it.
Le comí.
I'm like actually shocked. Like, pero tenemos tanto carne
That's
aquí.
not what he told me.
Oh. And I'm turning to Gabby. I'm like, yeah.
She pretty much just says like, he wasn't that happy with you. Like,
No. Most people don't understand what they get into. They can't handle it, so they leave a little unhappy. Sucks to be them.
not that much to handle, to be honest, considering how you are.
Oh, now you're hangry.
Por favor, ustedes. Cálmate. Like,
Just like,
so rowdy. Like,
I'll drop my Nahual form and I'll just start like walking, like
just going
to
down
find
the
like
street.
a ladder down off this goddamn roof and like tengo hambre. And I don't care who needs my help. I don't care about Lupe. I'm clearly ditching Meche here. I'm being very indifferent. I'm just hungry.
Okay. She goes down with you. I think she finally, Pupusita could probably see this too. She finally sees, like, okay, she's out of the form that she's the most dangerous in. Therefore, things are relatively okay. So you just see her walking over to like two stands nearby. I know exactly what I want them to be selling, because I just found it earlier today. There's a thing called a pambazo, which is basically it's a type of like peasant bread that gets dipped in pepper, onion, garlic sauce, so that it looks like bright orange, and then it's usually filled with a bunch of other stuff. But she probably looks at that and she's like, this is gonna be good, and then she realizes the price, and she does not have that much money, so she walks over to the cart that just it's the tacos de canasta, which is like the one there's just a mound of like tacos de papa and other stuff in it. She just like gets stuff. She gets a plate and she just hands it to Alma, and she's like, "Truce."
Only because you bring me carbs. Dame, you can have one.
Lupe, as you are just like making this like wonderful eating sounds, Lupe is like looking up at you, watching you eat. What do you do, Alma?
If I catch them looking at me, I'm going to tear off a piece of the tortilla, look at Lupe, and just toss it on the floor, on the ground.
The minute it hits the ground, just like a pigeon, just like
Claro.
and goes back over to Gabby and just kind of grabs onto your arm.
Like she looks down, she looks up at him actually, because she's, like, you have to remember, she's small. She is
You're
very
snack pack.
small. I am snack pack.
Snack pack.
She looks up at him and she's like, Chico, ¿quieres algo? No tengo mucho, pero te puedo dar algo.
No tengo hambre. I'm not
¿Estás
hungry.
seguro?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I am.
Yo siempre tengo hambre. How old does the kid look, by the way?
It's really indeterminate, but I would, if you wanted to assign an age, probably 15, 16. But if you caught a weird look off to the side, you'd think they were in their 20s. But when you're talking to them directly, it's almost as if they're younger, but when you were chasing them, they seemed older.
Got it. The lighting effect problem with their age, or they're just consistently like, do you or the baby cheeks problem. Jesus Christ! I just saw in chat the name of the clip.
Taco Tuesdays.
Almost eating her tacos de papa. Like something's missing here.
Gabby just like there's probably like a little container or something for like the salsa just like right next to it, and she just like chucks it right at your head, like the container's open and everything.
Well, as a player, I meant meche, but salsa works.
I was about to say, like, meanwhile, I am like dead in some like
Yep.
office somewhere in the middle of the cathedral.
As you all, and in fact, actually, thank you. I was actually gonna change the spotlight on to you, actually, as you are all heading over to Irma's. You are in this like, you're void of white at the moment, and thinking to yourself, what is it that you're thinking to yourself, and what do you want to do?
I keep hoping that maybe whatever, and I probably know it's probably an angel, goes away. I can at least, see a little bit, try to sneak my way back out. Because I don't think I found anything that was like, worth taking back. But at the same time, it's like, well, I'm in the building. I might as well take a look around. But as long as this white light's here, I feel like I can't do anything. Because I'm having an internal conflict with myself. It's like, well, you are in here, you might as well look around. Yeah, but I don't want to like fight this angel by myself. But you're here, but also like you're here by yourself, and you don't really like to do that kind of stuff, So I think she ultimately decides to come out of her possum. her play possum.
As you like just kind of steel yourself, you're like, that's what I imagine. It's just like a pop in your ears. It's like popping your your ears pop while you're like flying and stuff. You wake up in a dark room, which is not a problem for you. You're a possum. You can see in the dark. But it's just an office space. The door's closed, like the window on the door leads out, and it's just like a dim lit hallway. The room itself is just got like I'm sure everyone's been in a church. It's one of those that just has a folding table and a couple of folding chairs. It's one of those just off to the side rooms. What do you do?
So there's nothing else. There's no like file cabinets, no anything else.
Nope. It's just kind of like a side room where someone might use it for reasons, for just like quick meeting space, but nothing. They would probably end up storing stuff in here more than anything else.
Okay. I'm gonna take like a look out of that little door window and try to see if I see anyone in the hallway.
Yeah. Okay. As you go over there, you kind of just, sneak and sneak. There's no one in the hallway, but you just see it's just a long row of other offices. It's not very long. So you could sneak out there. No one would see you right now.
Yeah, I choose to sneak out.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
The longer the message, the more afraid I become.
These are the
Like
sounds
slowly
I just saw
planning out.
the comment in chat. I'm like, "Are you at a tech meeting?" I was like, "Yeah." That's kind of what it's like.
It's a void of white.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I could think of. It's just like just white as far as the eye can see.
clinical. The little taps are mental
Okay.
taps.
I just wanted to clear something up. So just so you know, this is what my thought was, and so. Anyway, so as you move out into the hallway, and you look down, you can see at the end of each side of the hallway, it leads out into other hallways. You do hear talking down one of them. What do you do?
Gotta sneak a little closer, eavesdrop, and hear what they're saying.
Okay, it's far enough away you can probably just like run down, maybe go into another room, and that way you can kind of hear. What do you want? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, you just sprint down. Are you still in your Nahua form, or did you come out of it?
No, I'm still there. I'm just not in the play possum stage anymore.
Okay.
So.
So as you sneak over and get into one of the rooms, it's yet another. This one's actually full of like folding tables and folding chairs and everything, you can put one of your ears up to it, and you hear this like multi-spectral voice coming down and talking. It's one of them. Are you sure? Says another voice, same kind of voice. What do you do?
I feel like Mitch is just kind of again fighting internally. It's like, wants to stay, listen a little bit more, and Parver's like, no, you got to get out of here. Like you endanger, girl.
Okay, I want you to roll a avoid trouble.
Avoid trouble.
Which is instinto.
That's a 3.
As you, at this point, I'm pretty sure you have now leveled up in your Nahua form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would
I
celebrate,
think
but
also
we're at
I
a
think
bad
also
time.
I think someone else has too.
Rats.
As you hear this, you're like, ooh, they're just far enough away that you think you might be able to get out and go back down the hallway the other way. As you open the door, though, you accidentally hit one of the folding chairs, and it just goes all the way around the room. And you hear down the hall, "What was that?" And you hear just like faster and faster footsteps coming towards you. What do you do?
Okay, so I'm going to mark as stress to channel the ability to make myself invisible to normal eyes and see if I can just make a run for it.
Okay. Um, so the voices you heard, you've recognized as not as not human eyes. Normal eyes would be like something like a human.
Yeah.
So I will allow it if you hit on a 2d6.
I don't, because that's a 4 again. Oh, Mitchie,
Okay.
you were in the
So
shit
here's
now.
what we're gonna do. Is because it is one
This
of your
is when you
moves-
needed the popcorn, not earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. Since it is one of your moves, it still works, but because it's gonna be people or beings that are extra beings, they're gonna see just like this like wavy thing
It's the Holy
running away
Spirit.
from them. Yeah. Like just like this spectral running away from them. As you're running down the hall, two angels like just kind of like and they see this shape and form running away from them. They don't recognize that it's you, though. Left or right? Which way do you want to go?
I'm going left.
All right, left. As you head down this way, you see a door at the end of it. It's bright white light behind it, so seems like it's a more trafficked area. Do you go through?
Is it light as in like outdoors or light as in like, oh, there's angels there?
Oh, like fluorescent light, so it's more of into the office
okay.
area, probably.
Okay. I'm going to screw. I'm gonna burst in. I'm gonna see what's.
Okay. As you just like take it running and just bam, it opens up into the office area of this of the cathedral, and you just see people just like sitting at desks. Off to the side, you see a couple of priests, and they're like. like what? Huh? Because you've got this like possum face. Your hands are claws. They're like, Madre de Dios! Like they're just people are screaming. What do you do?
Is there windows in this building?
Yes, these are the windows. There are windows that are just like glorious looking, paned windows with like, blah 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 religious figures. I can't remember.
How this is this all one level or am I in a higher level?
You can't tell from where you're at.
Oh, okay, screw it.
But they're stained glass windows. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Thanks. Now I have that ring in my head.
I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna go and just brace myself and just run through one of the stained glass windows, attempting to jump out because I don't know if I'm on the second or third level. So I'm just going for it.
Okay. So you run. Do me a favor and roll with Garra.
Oh gosh, what am I?
At this point, Moore's just being mean by making Mecha roll for anything.
I told you I was gonna make.
That's a 5. I
Or,
don't have
or
any bonuses.
Point proven.
favors her, which is going to be like max level by the end of this.
I know. I keep getting.
Are you at a higher Nahua level?
I am
what
in my
level?
second stage. I
Okay.
I did level up.
Since you are already at a Nahua level, you can go up a level without having to do anything.
Okay.
So with yours, you can actually make an impossible jump
Yes,
if you
that's
mark
what
a stress.
I will do that. I will mark stress to do that.
Okay.
So I'm at like 3
as
stress.
you go through and you just jump through and you look as you like shatter the window. It's a glorious stained glass window, so now it's shattered. Congratulations. You are on the second floor,
Damn.
and you're like, just look down. It's like a grassy area, but you just like roll up into a ball and roll in onto like a superhero pose. So now you're outside. Everyone is up on the second floor and just looking. You can hear them just like yelling and screaming, like what? What do you do?
Uh, I run for it. I'm gonna try to like again hop the gate, just like leave.
Okay, yeah.
I was not successful in anything I tried to do here. I'm just getting out.
Okay, yeah. You just like take off there. You jump the fence. Everyone, it's everyone's out there. You're jumping into the crowd as well, and they're all screaming. But as you take into the alleyway, we're gonna take our first break. As Mecha encounters and escapes from a sacred place.
Which is super sonic confirmed.
All right.
Yes.
You are legit.
Yes.
We
Wow.
will be right back.
Yeah.
I'll see you in
All right. I redeemed my own hydrate, which I do have some actual water today.
Oh.
Because I was chastised last week for saying that soda has some water in it.
No.
You're on more, by the way.
I know. I know. I did that on purpose. Hi, we're welcome back to Contaminated Now Hual. As we left off our intrepid anheleros, Meche escaped in a very supersonic way through the crowd into the alleyways, into the dark alleyways, and heading back. Where are you headed to now, Meche?
I think I would just head back to like the taco shop because I didn't know where everyone was. And while going through these back alleys, like, is there a spot that's like kind of empty enough where I could shift out of Nahual form?
Yeah, I mean, as you're running, you could totally just like, poof. But yeah, they're like just like warrens of buildings, and like you can totally lose someone in there. And you, like I said, you know the city like the back of your claws. You know, just
Yeah, so I pop off my mask and hood up, and then I just kind of casually walk out like nothing happened.
see, I've done that before, and I've gotten caught. I just always keep running. But yeah, you totally do it, and just like, whoom. You know, you just got like your hands in your hoodie and just. As you are walking away, and you look back, you see like a rush of people come out the front gates of the cathedral, but going in the opposite direction because you like ran through the city, came around. So it doesn't seem like they're gonna be able to find you, at least in the immediate. So you're in the clear. What do you do?
Haha, suckers! And then I just like head back towards the cantina.
Nice, yeah, and it's a nice, easy like stroll back to the cantina. As you get there, no one else is there, except for El Caído and Don Vicente, who is now even like he got this like mean face on him. Because again, he's having to take care of the store, and he's just like, because he hates taking care of the store.
Hey, my friend, like what's going on? My buddy.
He starts going off about like how he gave Pupusito the only batch of the concentrated chingere that he had that takes a week to make. He didn't mean to give it to all of it to him.
Oh, so you need more? Is that what I'm hearing?
He's like, I just need it back.
Oh, do you know where he is?
No, he just took off.
And I turn to Caído and be like, hey, did you happen to see where Pupusito went?
And the Caído kind of turns to look at you. He just like he
Points
flew
and,
off. He points and just went out the door. As you're just kind of like looking at all this, someone comes in through the door. And it is what was his name? I have it. Where did it go? It is it's Juan Grande, and it's the retired angelero. This is about the time of day he usually comes in, mainly because he tries to come in to do a little bit of work for some free chingere.
Right.
Yeah, because it's about midday. What do you're like? Hola, Meche.
Hola.
Got anything for me today?
To look around and I'm just like, well, let's see. What do you want to know? I've got some really interesting stuff, but I don't know much about it.
Oh no, you got anything for me to do? Like, for a little bit of, I just want some. Or do you want to play dominoes?
And I think for a second I'm just like, well, I'm looking for the others. Do you happen to know? Where they
No.
went?
I haven't seen him. I just got here.
All right. So let's just, and I just think I'm just like, let's just go play dominoes. And I just grab the case and I just sit down because I'm just like, oh well, you know, they're handling it. They're good. I'm just gonna lay low here for a little bit.
As you two play dominoes, he kind of pulls out this his cell phone, which you've never seen him have a cell phone before.
Hey, where'd you get that phone?
This guy like paid me money to go do this job, and I bought myself a nice phone. You know, like it's kind of nice, right?
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
It's got a nice kind of couple features. You know, like it's got this thing called a Facebook.
Oh,
And totter, right? Is that what it's called?
yes,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. And he's like laying out the dominoes. He puts down the 266.
I'm gonna be honest. I actually have no idea how to play dominoes, so I'm just like.
As a player and also as a character.
As a player, as a character, I would know. As a player, I don't know what I'm doing. So. Would it be suspicious for him to have his cell phone?
Yes, because he is poor. He always comes in to try to get free booze from people. But he is a retired angelero. He used to be an angelero for this area, and he just, like I said, comes in for trying to mooch off of everybody.
Mm-hmm. So I asked him, I was like, hey, can I take a look at your phone?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's really nice. And I'm assuming he doesn't know how to like password protect anything. So I.
Oh no, it's got like a ton of those like pay for games all over the place. He doesn't know how to put things in folders, so he's got like 50 pages.
So I just start swiping, and I want to see if there's anything like that stands out as maybe not quite like maybe like a tracking app or something that looks a little suspicious.
As you start like scrolling through, roll with me, Barrio.
All right, I have new dice, so let's see if these will work.
Seven.
No, you're gonna like unleash your Nahual on it.
That actually is a 7.
Oh, nice. Okay. You get
One.
to ask one question from that list, and we'll just assign it around that cell phone.
Where is the list again?
It's on the basic moves.
Basic moves. Okay.
And I'll just read it out for the chat. What are your true intentions? What do you wish I do? What are you really feeling? What do you fear might happen? How could I get you to blank? And we'll just which one would you want to assign to the area? And I'll just kind of fit it around what you're looking for in the cell phone.
I would say, what are your true intentions? Is
Okay.
is the one I feel like would get the better answer.
All right. As you're kind of swiping through, after all, like you're just like, holy crap! There's so many apps on here. Like Tinder, Grinder, Bumble, like. And you look up at it like, all right, okay. And you're like, what's that app? I've never seen that one before. All right. And you go through the last page, and on the last page is this like one app that's just a black box and has no name on it, has nothing on it. When you tap, do you tap on it?
Yes.
Okay. You tap on it, it opens up, and it just has like, almost looks like some old coating on it, and it has on the top of it like a listing of what a job, essentially, like 007 job, you know, like this is what you need to do, like go here. And what it said was like drop off package at El Marciano. What was it? What did we name it?
Murciélago.
Murciélago. Like, and that's all it said on it.
My friend. How about I let's play a little game. Let's how about since I'm I'm looking for the market for a phone myself. Let's put it on the table. Let's if I win, I get your cell phone. If you win, let's you can get it for a month.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, all right. With your rolls, you really want to go
I
again?
don't.
Hurt dominoes.
No, no.
Okay, let's go with. Do you have any moves that you want to use?
Do I have moves? I don't think I have any moves that would help with this.
Just knowing Domino's barrio.
It could be Barrio, yeah. I think
Yeah,
so.
it'll be
Your
Barrio. It'll be
concrete?
yeah. It'll be Barrio. Yeah.
All
I mean,
right.
they're just math rocks and they go click clack.
Yeah.
Click clack.
They
Click
just
clack.
go
Click
click
clack.
clack. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I don't think I'm gonna summon a wall for this, so I'm just gonna go for it.
I mean, you can summon a Nahua, but remember, they're also an old Anhero, so they could also summon theirs.
Yeah. That is going to be with Barrio a 9.
Okay. So, with that hit, you won that one, that first one. Okay. That first round. Let's see. Someone roll me for Juan.
We're all our arms are
Since
moving.
he's an old retired, he doesn't get Barrio. A 4. Okay, he loses the second round. Roll again, Meche.
That is a 12.
Nice. And he's like, ay, cabrón, ah. God, all right, go take it.
Oh, thank you. And then I point to Don Vicente. I was like, hey, get this man whatever he wants.
What, really? And he like pushes himself out, like almost like he's falling off. He's like, Vicente, give me the good stuff.
Yeah, and then I just pocket the cell phone just to get him like distracted, and I even though like he was a good sport about it, he didn't put up a fight, so I want to reward him a little bit.
Hey, he's an honorable man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a sneak, but he's an honorable man. As we head back to the rest of you, you're almost at Irma's house. What are you doing?
I'm just kind of walking behind Gabby and Alma and Lupe on the way back home, just sort of like grappling with the change of my worldview, seeing them, several of them bleeding, terse. There's a lot of like tension, and I feel caught in the middle of my obligation to Gabby, as well as to Alma, which are also tied to each other. So it's very complicated for me, and I'm just sort of keeping my head down, insecure as my condition would denote, which is uncommon for me. So I look over to Gabby and I'm like, sort of tap her on the shoulder. Hey, do you feel better at all? Yeah, I know you were pretty angry back there, and I just wanted to see if you were okay. No eye contact.
I think the vendor might have been nice and give her I'm trying to remember what they're called, the cacahuates, the like Japanese like peanut stuff. You just see her just look at you like just dead in the eye and just like get like a mound of them in her mouth and just like the most obnoxious and loud crunch. And she's just like not saying anything right now. She's just like trying to like be quiet, and she's just watching Lupe and just like keeping her eyes forward the entire time.
I'm like without reaction, and I back up and I try the same thing with Alma, and I tap Alma, no eye contact. Hey, are you feeling okay? I mean, you kind of hurt, Gabby back there. I mean, do you guys always fight like that? I don't think I see that very often.
Oh, oh no, she's just projecting. It's cute. Uh, uh, GM. Um,
Yes.
when Alma first attacked the angel, just like in a blind, like emotional fit, did that blood taste different? Because
It did.
angel, well, did it like do anything? Because we eat angels, it makes us feel good, it heals us, all these things. But did this particular do anything different beyond that?
So it didn't do anything different beyond. Okay, so let me go back. One thing that was established last time was that angels have like kind of a silvery blood.
Yeah, Mercury looking thing.
Yeah, mercury looking thing, and it gives you bonuses in a sense of like you don't even wake up with a hangover no matter how much you drink. It gets you like it's amazing when you bit into Lupe's neck. The blood that came out was red with silver flecks in it. You felt some of that, some of the angelness, but the rest of it you just felt like it was iron, kind of like it was regular blood.
That means I tasted it too, right?
Yeah, because
Yes.
I gave him a taste from my finger.
Yep.
I guess I'm gonna bring that up. It's like, did you taste the same metal that I did? I mean, you
Yeah,
sure, Barkus?
that was not good. Oh, oh. So just kind of whispering, like, so we're doing this to get the mom. Oh, you're smart, Pupusita. Oh, that's brilliant. We're gonna get the mom, and the mom will be such better game. Oh, I'm impressed. I I see you a little differently now. Oh,
I look,
don't worry. I'll play along. I like it.
I look down, and halfway through the sentence, like the grenade ringing just starts happening, as like it just gets worse and worse. And I just look down and I start thinking about how Alma was saying that Gabby was projecting, how Gabby is still upset, and hearing this about the mother son dinner, again, I walk back and I'm like, I just go back to my original walking spot and I'm like, this is not anything at all of what I thought it was. I have to reframe some of my thinking about la pluma sagrada, si
Like
realmente está sagrada o no, if it's really sacred or not.
I think Alma was walking, like looking bored. It's like, oh, what are we doing? This is so boring. It's like, oh, we're doing this to get even bigger game. Okay, okay. And now she just has like this shit-eating grin, like looking at Gabi and Lupe walk ahead.
Yeah, I'm like, what did I just made things worse. Like Gabby's maybe like more frustrated now, maybe like more focused on Lupe. Alma's like giddy about the parent. Like this is it's this is a lot. I'm just gonna look down.
As you all are just like every single one of you is just like walking down. You come upon this little building. It's just like a one-story building. It's just kind of inset amongst these three-story buildings around it, and it's just the most adorable sight that you've ever seen. With doesn't even have a fence. It's just like a pathway towards the door, and you hear just this like old Spanish folk song being sung from the inside, and that you recognize the voice of Irma, Tia Irma. And you hear just like sounds of her cooking. What do you do?
Gabby is only a good girl in front of Yairma. Only time she will ever be like a not prim and proper, but like she's not
Like
maleducada. Is the
just,
thing maleducada? She's like looking at her shirt, trying to like smooth it out, and she realizes this is gonna fucking happen, and then she just like walks up and like reaches hand up. But, like she's not so small that she can't reach the doorknob, but like it feels comparatively to her like she's just knocks and it's just like
Well, it's midday. The door is open, like so. It's like you just like on the door frame.
yeah, Irma.
Hello? Gabi! Is you? Come in, come in. Véngate.
The first like only time ever Gabby looks like a very embarrassed like little kid. Like by comparison. Just like idea.
Ay, ¿cómo estás? Ahí, and she gives you one big hug.
Is it the Tia hug that is just like they start doing that, like they grab the nose, the cheeks, they give the kiss.
Nope,
and
it's just like, ay, ¿cómo estás, mija?
Debes comer más. Like the whole thing is just like, Tia, I'm fine. Please don't bring it up again. Just like, Tia, please, you don't have to. And she's just there. Alma's with me, and
Alma está aquí. Oh, hola, Alma, vente, venga.
Hola,
Ay,
tía.
Pupusito también, come here.
I haven't seen Irma in forever, so I'm like, Tia Irma. I feel the same way. Like just like
Hey, and she gives Pupusito a hug. Alma, what do you do? What's your relationship like with Irma?
I will go in for the full hug. I will only slightly grimace as I'm sure my foundation and such just like kind of shrieked, but she doesn't push back.
So same thing, just like big hugs all around.
Mm-hmm.
Lupe, like does that, like stayed outside, but just is kind of staring on the inside, and Irma just like, ¿Quién es? Who's that?
Eso es algo que tenemos que hablar. Es Ángel.
Oh, Angel, come here. And
No.
Yeah. I mean, she don't know, I think, as a player,
Yeah,
right?
that's the thing. Yeah, I'm trying to like. I think she forgets in that moment. She both in character and out of character. She forgets, and she's like, "Es nuestro primo."
oh, no te. I didn't know you had a primo. Oh, come here. And she like walks over and she's like, "Véngate, mijo, come here. Tienes hambre?" And she like just it's just like
Yep.
arm over and just drags him over to the table. Okay. And she like starts like just pouring food onto a plate. Like it's like she had bought that day like these giant shrimps, and it's just like rice and beans and everything. Here you go. And like goes and grabs, all the while talking to Lupe, and Lupe's like,
Just
like trying to get a word in edgewise, and he just can't.
I'm gonna add in a note just because I haven't gotten to have these in years. She's making like homemade fresh like sopes, like the little round, like the masa tortilla rounds that get like baked and like fried and such sometimes. And she's just like filling it, and I kind of imagine Lupe's face is that like I don't. Why are you being so nice? And it's like this is literally every like this is every like tia or like every abuelita who's like, oh, you a friend of theirs? Okay, you're already part of the family. It's like, I don't know you. It's like, oh, it doesn't matter. You're already part of the family.
Here's 5,000 calories.
Yes, here's 5,000 calories. Here's 3 meals until at least the next day. And and like Gabby's just like gesturing. Is like, no, you can have it. Don't worry. This is Irma. Yeah, Irma.
And
I say to Pupusito, marbling.
Para yeah, and I'm like putting sopes in my mouth. I'm like stuffing my face with like an anime moment.
and then Tina just like sits down with her coffee, because like a good host, she gave everyone else food, and then there's not enough left, but it's okay because everyone else got food, so she's just drinking coffee.
I get that from? I just had a sudden realization about my own life. I do that, and I'm like, wait, is that where that came from? Damn it! I have to go think about some things in my life now.
Because you're cooking so long, like you've smelled everything, so you're not hungry for yourself anymore because you've been smelling it for hours.
You're right. Shit. That makes
So
much
why'd
sense.
you come? Why are you here?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, why, Gabby?
Lupe is looking for his mom.
And she like, just. What do you mean your mom? Where's your mom? And Lupe turns and she's in the big building.
The bright one, the really nice bright one with. Mm-hmm.
With all the colorful glass on the side.
Right.
To Pupusito. Mitch is eating without us.
Well, to be fair, after the day that we've had, and I'm like on the verge of tears, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm done with a little bit of angel meat for today and chinguere, and like I have a headache. I'm just trying to focus like on these like snacks that are here. It's like the only comfort I have at Tia Irma's house.
And Tia Irma like kind of like gives you a side eye, like because she sees the flask, the not the flask, the bottle that she knows is like full of that chinguere, even though she has some underneath the sink. Like she's got her own stash. Like Vicente comes and visits. Like, but she's like, middle of the day, huh?
No.
So,
it was supposed to, but not anymore. Sorry.
I was thinking, while we try and help him figure out his situation, and also we need to go find Meche because I'm a little worried about her. Would you mind watching out for him?
Of course. And she like immediately stands up and goes towards where the bedrooms are, and you can hear her just like humming to herself, and you like like putting brand new sheets on a fresh sheets on a bed, even though the sheets probably were already on there. Like, what do you all do? Tia Irma is already out of the room.
And why is Mama in the big building? What's she look like?
Well, I mean, we've always lived in the big building. What she looks like. Let's see. How do I want to describe her? I'm just gonna assign a celebrity.
Does she also have like La Alita, just the one?
No.
No.
I'm gonna tug everyone's heartstrings. She looks like I'm gonna as a GM for the players. She looks like Selena. As he describes as Lupe describes his mom. No, like this, and just like one angel wing goes up. No, she doesn't have one.
Like zero, like nada.
Mm-mm.
Does Daddy have? And Papi?
And then like Lupe gets this like dark look on his face, and suddenly Lupe's face just like almost grows older in his face. Nothing changes physically, but when you're looking at Lupe, it's almost as if he's grown almost 10 years in his face. Like, we don't talk about daddy.
¿Y qué se llama? What's his name? What's mommy's name?
Uh, I'm, damn it, I had a name for her. What was it? It was
You say we don't talk about him, so wait.
yeah, like daddy. Like I I don't know daddy's name. He's just Poppy. But we don't talk about Poppy. But mommy's name is Letty.
Aha. Probably doesn't taste very good, she mutters to herself.
And immediately, like, Lupe's face when you said that just goes right back to what he's been looking like this entire time.
Hey, put that away. I point at the wing.
Oh, and just like feathers fly out.
I turn to Gabby and Pupusi's like, I've never heard of that. Right?
Me neither. It actually has me questioning a lot more than I already was 5 minutes ago. Shaking.
Are you like going through withdrawals because you stopped drinking, or are you like going into with like, what's going on with you and your with that?
I think into would make more sense.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to lay off the angel and maybe I'm not used to it.
Okay.
But it's also the stress of all the changes and realizing that maybe this straight-laced path was built on a foundation of lies all along.
Oh no. Okay. As everyone's eating, Lupe is just like shoveling this food in his mouth. He's got like everything. Um, and he's just looking around. He's looking at Pupusito. You haven't really eaten any of your food, and he's just kind of like, "What do you do?"
So I did want to eat, just none of the stuff that, no chingere, nothing with angel in it. So that's why I was having like the baked beans, like sofa and stuff, like, and it's just something to tide me over.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
thought you said you weren't eating. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
he's
angel stuff.
okay. So Lupe, yeah, is just like looking at his empty plate and just kind of like, okay. And he just like gets up and starts walking around the house. What do you all do?
I don't like it.
You don't like that Lupe is walking around the house?
No, I mean, I say to Pupusito, and Gabby's like, I don't like it. No, right?
Like what?
How an angel and a human get together? Angels are good for nothing, pedazos de mierda.
I
Okay.
guess love is
I
love,
didn't say it. Alma did.
but
So we go after Daddy. Daddy's gonna be the bigger snack.
yeah, that's what I'm worried about. It's that, what if you love this person and then your family member comes and eats the other one, as if maybe that almost happened kind of today or not. How do we? How do we? I mean, there must be more, right? And maybe a whole community.
I don't like that.
I think while they're having this discussion, I think Gabby just like steps outside the house just for a moment. Partially because if it's all right with you more, I kind of want to bring Meche back into the situation. Meche
Yeah. No, trust me. I was gonna do that. So
yeah. No, I think she like she's hearing like Alma and like Lucita do that, and she's just because she's been pacing this entire time, even while she's eating, she'll like have food and then she like gets up and then she sits back down, and it's probably very palpable to everybody. That's probably like going outside and is like, is that Meche? Meche? Is like looking out somewhere because she thinks she sees you coming up.
Yeah, I'm just I'm walking towards a direction, just like looking at this phone, and I look up and I spot Gabby.
okay. So yeah. So after getting the phone, you leave behind Juan, trying to scam as many high shelf drinks as he can from Vicente, and you're still searching through all the phones. Are you like just trying to delete all the apps that like are unnecessary? Are you trying to protect Juan?
Yeah.
You're like, oh god, just getting rid of a bunch of apps.
I leave all of the dating apps, but everything else can go.
Okay, yeah, and then you're just searching. There's only the one. There's only the one job. It's almost like each, like it just deletes, right? There's nothing, no information. It's just a simple black page with green writing, and just says deliver the package to that bar. Um, there's nothing else. Like you're like, okay, you don't even realize where you're walking to until you hear Gabby say, "Meche," and you look up. What do you do?
I obviously like walk toward. Hey, Gabby, I've been looking for everyone. And then I walk up
What
to. I'm
happened?
assuming. Funny story. I screwed up, but everything's good now. I think. So I tried. So I kind of maybe I snuck into the cathedral to try to get information, and yeah, I didn't get anything, and I kind of broke one of the windows, but it should be fine. Like, I don't think they really saw my face or anything, but I would like to, like, not be back there.
And also, look what I can do. No. Look at my new form. Bah.
Okay. It's just like the most like stilted like words coming out. There's nothing but seething rage, but it's like
You broke into the stronghold.
Yeah. Yeah, we needed information, and, I wasn't gonna wait around, so, I thought maybe I'd do something good for the group, and then, this is why I don't do anything good for the group, so, I know.
why?
And she just has a moment of like, well, I thought maybe if I found something, it could be a clue.
That makes a lot of sense. It's just the whole time is just she's not looking very well put together right now. You did your best, I think.
And I just have a moment of just like, is that a compliment?
Please let us know ahead of time next time.
Oh, okay, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, yeah. But like I said, everything's good now. Like they like obviously I'm here and that happened, and you know maybe and she just kind of like wanders into the back into the house, and she just kind of laughs it off.
As you walk into the house, you see the boy angel just kind of walking around the house. What do you do, Mitch? The last you saw, like, it was just he was just like scared out of its mind. What do you do?
I turn to Gabby. I'm just like, yeah, what the hell?
His dad is an angel. His mom is not.
I just have a moment. I'm like, that doesn't happen normally, does it?
Nope.
Irma, sorry, Meche, what's your relationship with Irma? She knows what you do. How does she approach that with you? Does she?
I think the with Irma, I think she's always a little bit disappointed in me because I'm always trying to take like the easy way out, and I'm always trying to kind of scam my way out of like bad situations. But she's never gonna like completely like cut me off because I'm like, someone has to believe in me, right? Like if someone just believes in me hard enough, maybe I will, not be such a screw up. So,
Okay.
but
That's what I wanted.
she's never like super happy to see me though.
Okay. As you and Gabby are chatting it up, Irma walks in back into the dining living room area, and she's like, "Oh, Meche, oh, 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 ¿cómo estás?"
I'm good, yeah. And then I just immediately just sit down and just start eating, and like not even invite, and don't wait for an invitation.
Don't ask.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me make you some more. We're out, and she like runs into the kitchen and like pulls out like all the Tupperware containers of leftovers, and like puts them there, and she starts like pulling out pans and starts cooking.
Oh yeah, don't trouble yourself though. I'll be fine. And then but I just don't really mean it.
Lupe goes into the kitchen with Tia Irma, and just is like kind of like staring around and just watching and looking, and Tia Irma is just kind of talking with Lupe about what she's doing. What do the four of you start doing?
So Meche, the kid says that the mommy is at the cathedral. Did you have fun while you were there?
Fun.
Your mommy?
Fun wouldn't be the word I would use, but and then I try to see. Can I recall like any of the faces that I saw?
The initial faces that you saw, you recall the two guards because you saw them as you were running away. You didn't really stick around long enough to see who it was that you saw that came across you near the conference rooms or the storage rooms that you were in, because you just kind of like, boop. You did see the people in the office space, so they were the couple of priests and the people who were the office workers and everything, and then all you saw was stained glass window. But no one like in the angelic form. You heard voices that were part of that whole group, but no one you recognize because you all tend to stay away from the cathedral if you can.
And I just say, well, I overheard like this angel voice and sounded like he kind of knew what I was, so I booked it out of there as fast as I could.
GM, we know that angels around the cathedral, especially since you said they're beefier, they're stronger, they most likely know about people like us.
Yes,
that's not too surprising.
Yeah, the ones in the street are just very generic herd-like angels. Those are the ones that you hunt. The ones probably in the cathedral are the higher level ones, and so the ones who maintain the order, essentially. And they go higher and higher.
I'm gonna go up to Mitcha and be like, well, I mean, you look a little like. And Mitcha, do you have any like desert, like dust on you? Do you have any like any clothes ripped? Is there any like sign that you went through like an ordeal?
Oh, I imagine that like my clothes definitely like got ripped up at some point, like especially going through like the stained glass window.
Yeah, the stained glass window is what did it. You were just dragged inside and like placed in a room because as far as they knew, you were dead. If they had known more, they would have realized if you were actually dead, you would have transformed back into a human.
So I look at Mitch and I'm like, usually, you try and stay away from the problems and, let us handle it and relax. And you didn't have to do that. But I don't know. I feel like you deserve a little bit of fun now. And I'm going to like pass the chingere jar over to Meche and say, you want a quick shot? I'm kind of staying off the juice right now, but I'm happy to pour you one.
I, my friend, of course, and then
yeah,
of course I'm gonna drink it.
So I'm gonna make like a little like margarita shot, and I'm gonna salt the rim and put some lime on. Ask Ima if it's okay. Tia, puedo usar alguna cosita? Like in your kitchen, is it okay?
She pops her head. Of course.
Gracias, Tia, and I'm gonna like make it with a little like umbrella if they have one, and give it to Mitch and be like, you deserve this. Like, please
Yes.
relax.
I want you to roll me a 2d6. I think at this point, since you came out of your Nahua form, you're not going to get a plus on this one.
Rolling.
6. 2 3s.
I'm sorry.
Wow! You don't get any benefit off of this one. You also feel kind of a little. It might be the food that you ate off the table. It just kind of just doesn't mix very well.
Bro, like, wow. I think it's the badge. Like, it's just not. I'm just like getting flustered now.
Somewhere the camera just cuts back to Don Vicente in the kitchen, and then just cuts back.
Sense a disturbance in the force.
And then I'm
Like
just gonna
someone's talking shit about my shit. Oh, who is it?
And I'm just like, speaking of drinking and drinks, and then I pull out the cell phone. I was just like, one grande, I noticed that he had this on him.
That broke ass.
Mm-hmm. He says he got it from doing a job. He got money from doing a job, and he bought this.
Juan Grande gets a job. Angels and humans make those. What else is new?
Well, and then I show them, lay it out on the table, and I show them the black app.
That was a rhetorical question.
Mitcha doesn't understand, and she just is like so curious about showing him. It's like, so I found this.
And you all look at it and see the exact same thing. It's just a black background app with the green lettering saying "Deliver package to that bar." Alma, you definitely recognize that bar. What do you think about it?
Okay, but Jimeno also, I think, was Jimeno who also said that, like,
Jimena
you
knows
know,
exact. Yeah.
you know, the drug moco that El Caído and our other friend had on was she saw that at El Murciélago.
Yep.
What the fuck? We care because
Well, and then I do, because was I there when Jimena was talking about it too? Like, do I make that connection?
Yes, you were there about it. Because it was in the initial incident. Yeah.
I was like, well, you know that goo? Isn't this where the goo is?
yeah, people do goo.
Yeah, but not Kaido. He doesn't do goo.
No, I don't do goo.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, so we have freaky goo. We have angels getting freaky.
I think there's some freaky stuff going on here, and I think maybe they're connected.
Is the goo connected?
Is the goo connected?
Is there a goo network?
Just hear Gabby under her breath, but still loud enough to say it. It's like normally when people get freaky, there is goo involved in some capacity. So
I grab a tissue. There's probably like a tissue box that is covered in some some very kitschy homemade tissue box cover. I'm gonna grab a tissue. I'm gonna go to the kitchen, to where Tia Irma and Lupe are, and I go over to Lupe's like, I turn. I'm like, mírame, head back. Now. I take the tissue and I hold it to his nose. Blow, sopla, fuerte.
No, you did that to who?
Lupe.
Okay. Hey, and just this like comes out. What are you doing with the tissue?
What color comes out?
Oh, okay.
We're gonna put this under the category of our campaign specific memes that say Alma did nothing wrong.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, okay. You don't get much because I don't know about you, but when I blow my nose, like I have to have a certain way to do it. But what you do get out is just like this, just white mucus substance. Nothing special about it. So
Okay.
when you open it up and look,
Ay, asquero. Oh,
I, yeah, it is just regular all mucus. You just like and throw it away. I want you to roll me instinto.
okay. Oh, perfect. Not perfect. 7 minus 1.
Okay. It gets thrown away, and
Before I leave, I tell Irma, oh, maybe something like a little oily for Meche because she's drinking now, and something that'll help her stomach. Okay, bye.
you're just gonna leave.
Mm.
Okay. You're like, psh, okay, and gone. As Alma is leaving, what Gabby and Pupusito Meche, you see Alma leaving out the door.
Oh, that's right. I leave the kitchen.
Oh, leave the kitchen. I thought you were leaving.
I'm sorry. Let me
leaving the house.
clarify.
Okay.
I was like, I'm good.
I don't know what to. I don't know what to
we
do.
splitting the party again. Okay.
Let's
It
be
just got-
clear. Alma just went into the kitchen, got a kid's burgers, and then just left the house. Oh no. I'm glad we're clearing this up because
Indeed.
this is
I can't recover from that. So I leave the kitchen. I walk back into the group. It's like, nope, had a hunch. Wasn't that?
mocosa. Gabby. It's the first time Gabby's laughed in ages. Like she has a genuine happy smile and she's just pointing at Alma. It's like mocosa.
Envidiosa.
Meche, you're. Damn it! I can't.
Just
Leave
let it
the
out.
house.
Just let the whole laugh out first.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, let out your laugh. If you have a laugh, just let it out. Don't keep playing through it. Just let it out. Stop trying to be professional. Just let the damn thing out.
Actually, no. I'm not gonna go with Meche for a second. Pupusito.
Yeah.
In this house, there's something special to you. What is it? Besides Irma. Irma is special to everybody.
I'd say it's the little red wagon that Irma used to push me around in. And, my parents haven't always been around, and they dropped me off the nest pretty early, so I had to learn how to soar in Nohal form in the wagon, so she'd put me along the street, and I'd reach out my wings and feel like I was soaring until one day I could finally take off. And so I have to thank Irma for helping me discover the beauty of flight. And so to me, she's always going to be royalty. And so I look at it, and I'm gonna hop in and do an if it fits I sits, but bird mode. And so it's just gonna hop in the wall for a moment and just try to see how much bigger I am than the wagon, and I probably can barely fit in it.
So, are you actually gonna transform into your Nahwal?
Yeah, just for a bit, just
okay.
Just
So, do you still have your mask on you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Just put it behind me. Usually attach it to my belt afterwards.
And I think at this point you don't have the ability, you don't have the benefit of the initial enhancer from the picadillo. So unless you want to take your other enhancer, just to ride around in you will need to take a stress.
I'll take the stress.
Okay, take the stress. As you like grab onto go outside.
It's gonna zip down the street. Oh, I'm glad I
Because
can still fit in it.
yeah, you still fit in it. It's like because
Yes.
this is a moment you're all just like de-stressing from the moment. I want you to roll me open the doors of perception. This is an instincto. You're in your Nahual form. You're just kind of relaxing as you're going outside and just kind of going down the pathway.
With it says 12 with my Nawal and my Instinto bonus.
Okay. Um, you as you
Sorry.
get to the end of the I don't want to say driveway. It's like a path. It's the just the
Cul-de-sac.
yeah the not the cul-de-sac, whatever. It's just at the end. You get to the street. Um, you stop and you just like you put your feet out. You're like you're kind of your butt's in this in the the radio wire. Your feet are are on the ground and you're just like and you look around and you just you sense something off and you look to your right, you look to your left, there's nothing there. Street in front of you is empty too, just normal goings on. But then you kind of just look to the rooftops and there's like little heads that are kind of peeking over the edges.
I am going to use. This is the perfect opportunity to use something, but before I do, I would like to describe myself. So
Okay.
I'm soaring. I'm going down the street, and I feel like this childlike sense of wonder. I don't visit the Irma all that often, and I should. I feel guilty about that. So as I'm going down the street and enjoying this connecting with this part of myself, I sense this impending sense of danger, and my face sinks. I lose the emotion that I had, and I'm even more serious than I was prior to getting there. This was the only thing that could finally fix my day, and she's getting like stalked. No, 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 no. I'm putting a stop to this right now. I'm gonna jump out of the wagon and soar directly upwards, breaking free of the boundaries of what used to hold me. And I'm going to use Bird's Eye View as a totem move
Okay.
to view this as charged situation from afar with Instinto, and then I can do some cool stuff. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Okay, 10.
All right. Fantastic. That means you get to hold 3.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the following. I'm going to warn anybody who was on the patio who like saw me leave, because I imagine somebody would have walked out. I want to warn them. Who is it? Is anybody who would have walked out? Anybody?
Close the because of the size of the building. It's a 1-story building. It's small, and because if it's like it's inset into the buildings themselves, even yelling a little bit is going to cause an echo into that building.
I
So
left my
everyone's going to be
flesher
able to
on
hear.
the window counter.
Ah! Enemies! I'm just kidding.
Inside.
Yeah,
Inside.
I'm gonna start pointing them out.
Inside, Irma and Lupe had already gone into the bedroom area, so they're actually the only ones who didn't hear this. The 3 of you, on the other hand, did immediately hear Pupusito yell the alarm. What's next, Pupusito?
Could I make that yell trigger like a fire alarm or something? Because the next one that I'd like to do is to create an opening or an opportunity for an ally to advance themselves to get a drop on whoever is there. So I'm like, I basically am gonna do 2 things at once. I'm gonna say, Gabby, could you pounce? Alma, could you bite? And I'm just gonna, like this is the moment. And 3, I'm going to ask the Marakame with you, where's my enemy's true position? So however you want to interpret that.
Okay. Yeah. So with your bird's eye view, with your abilities, I think you're able to like kind of like a black canary. You're like you bounce the sound exactly where you need it to, and it like just bounces exactly where it's off. It hits pounce. It hits certain items, and it does. It like distracts whoever it is up there. The rest of you here, do you rush outside, or
we're just hearing Pupusito yell out that someone is around, like
Correct. Yeah.
On the
following
rooftop?
us, like watching
The three of
us?
you. Yes.
And then also asking you to get out there if you can.
Yep.
So I'm gonna take my form. I'm gonna transform, and I
Okay.
just yeah, I do what I do best, and I climb to the rooftop.
All right. Do you take? You have your mask on you?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to take an enhancer or just take the extra stress?
I will just take the extra stress, which I think. Actually, I think that is my full stress because I
Okay.
don't know if that the others I had earlier still apply probably. And then so I have to mark a condition, and my stress
All right.
track refills. So I'm going to mark my condition as insecure because I just had quite a morning. I don't know if I'm quite ready to do this again.
Indeed. What about you, Alma, and Gabby?
Is it the calls for help? I'm almost tempted not to do anything, but kind of looks at Gabby first. He's kind of see her, you know, like,
He just like walks up to you. For once in your life, think about someone besides yourself without needing an extra reason to do so.
so you want to leave them undefended? You're using them as bait. I'm right, haven't I?
I
Look in the mirror sometimes.
I think, okay, this is a question that I want to ask player to player.
Okay.
This is very important because more I will go into Nawal form.
Okay.
Like I think there is like it's like very quick movement of starting to like literally pick up Alma, like to like hold you around. I probably not the neck, but she's like trying to lift you up by one hand.
By the shirt, by the jaw, by the
Yeah, probably something like probably the shirt. And like she is like going very exactly. But I kind of think
shirt.
like the Noah form is like, oh, it's so cute, so little. But yeah, I think she's like probably going into a realm of like nearly like going to do like harm to you if that's okay. Like she's like holding you up, but like she's normally if like you're fighting or like what have you, it's never actually to the point of pain. She is straight up like if you're okay with it, like her nails are holding you up and she's not like holding any restraint. This is very different than what Gabby usually does in these moments.
Should I mark harm?
That's the question. If you're okay with that,
I'm
that's the
okay
thing
with
to
it.
ask.
Tell me what
Okay.
harm to mark is my next lead up question.
Yes.
This would be it. Probably would be a light harm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Marked.
So it would just be one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's switching over, or she's trying to switch to Noel because I think I have to roll to see whether it's successful.
You don't have to
Do I
roll,
that
but
right,
it's
Mark?
it's a question. It's a question one. So you have your mask on you.
Yes.
So unless you like at the same time or like growing this, you pop if you have any. But if you pop one of the enhancers,
I haven't
you
used
have to
mine.
Yeah, so you have to
So
mark
I
a
have
stress.
the one. Yeah. So I'm because it's like hard to form. I'm imagining it's just like something like she like crushes in her hand and is like, it's very full feral.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. And these things, the enhancers, I don't think we even discussed it, but essentially they're kind of like think of it kind of like the in Black Panther, the thing that they mash up to give to T'Challa for the Black Panther.
Gotcha.
It's kind of like that. It comes from a cactus out in the way in the desert kind of thing. So they're kind of like that, little berries essentially.
Yeah, she it's like crushes it and like drinks it, but the whole time like this is the most feral she's been in ages and is just like holding up Alma and is like, not everything has to be a scheme. Not everything has to be part of your plans. If you are going to like still be involved with us, then fucking help without trying to make this a plan. And his like claws are actually digging in.
Then I help in my own way. I look down. I'll stay here. I'm being indifferent. I'm denying my help when it is in dire need.
And you just see her like just go to all fours and like leap out and to just start going to the shadows to get into position. While Sita is just like she's cruel, she's being mean, she's not great right now.
Yeah, you're like, ugh, and you run out after the brave Mecha, the possum, runs out in front of you, before you, and as in front of you, you hear Pupusito just yelling, Pupusito, you like launched yourself over, like, and you see, like, in the one rooftop that you just kind of like, you know, you see like four, uh, four people. They've got like, just like little submachine guns or whatever kind of weapons they have on them. These ones are like, they're bikers. On the other rooftop, they're kind of the same, and they're just like looking at you now. You're behind them, and what do you do?
If I'm behind them, I think I'm going to draw upon one of my vices and be arrogant. And having been a bit tyrannical already and calling out for help and screaming at this apartment building, at this building, and making sure that everybody can hear everything, I am going to try and let's see. There was a basic move that I wanted to do. I guess assail someone.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure if I'm not really trying to inflict harm. I guess I'm just trying to. I'm not sure. Maybe this would be avoid trouble, even.
So that one,
Kind of like grip onto them and at least get one of them so I can speak with them. But I'm by myself and I don't know if I actually have any help. So.
we could do assail someone, because I mean you're. From what you can tell, these ones are just normal humans, so you essentially are a harm level above them. So anything you do to them is still gonna harm them, but like it's not like you're gonna kill them.
Okay, 9.
Okay, yeah. So on a 9, you just because you're in the air and you caught them by surprise, you slam down. And what exactly is it that you're trying? You trying to get them all, or are you just trying to hit one?
I guess if I'm large enough, I'd like 2 talons across the 3 of them, maybe the entirety of the talon span, and just one one like pinky talon for the farthest ones, and the one in the middle holding. If I could.
Yeah, and I think like what you do is just like you just make yourself as big as possible. The Nahua form just kind of like stretches a little bit as you want, and just boom. There is one at the end that you didn't get. He's at the corner of the building, and he's like, it's just like, and he's starting to pull the trigger. Alma, you saw everyone run out. What are you doing?
Well, legitimately, she's going to grab her plate of food, but she's keeping to the protein. She's kind of leaving the rice and the carbs on the side because she already had her carbs this morning. Mm-hmm. And I imagine that Tia Irma's furniture has like this handmade with hand sewed machined like covers on it to keep it clean with a lot of lace and everything. So she's literally just going to sit down at the furniture, the chair closest to the front door, and actively just kind of like, so in front, one eye she has the front door, and the other she actually kind of is looking towards the kitchen. She's legitimately keeping vigilant.
Okay.
But she's also comfortable, and just nice food.
Okay. As you're doing that, you're just kind of looking outside, making sure that Armand and the bear are doing whatever, looking outside. You did see Wusito like land on one of the buildings. You see Gabby and Mecha, you two are running out. You see the same thing Pupusito landed on someone, and you see one of them stand up and start to aim at Pupusito. What do you do?
Mitchie?
Um, I'm gonna be honest. Like Mitcha, when the moment she sees that gun, she's like, "Oh no," and she just runs back into the building. Which says she'll activate the cowardice vice, which is where runs from danger instead of standing with friends and allies. But that will reset her conditions back to normal.
Okay. Do you make any sounds? What do you say as you're running out? You're like, yeah, and you see just like,
I'm just like, oh hell no, and I just run back. You just kind of vaguely hear like just like little opossum like,
and it's just this cartoon like, and like you're speeding back towards the house.
Mhm.
Gabby, you just saw same thing, just like training a gun on Pupusito and Meche turning around. What do you do?
I'm having a flashback to the moment in like New Hope where Han's like running after like a stormtrooper and then suddenly sees a crowd of them and he starts running back the other way. Except it's a possum. Han Solo has now become a possum. This is my canon.
Mitchie will accept
I
that because everyone loves Han Solo.
we can't be mad at Mitch. At least
Yeah.
Gabby can't. I think this is just she is gonna go into her element and she is going to use killing pounce. She is just going to go wherever she can find like a shadowy spot and just take him by surprise and just try and leap up. Like
Okay.
It's okay if I can modify one of the weapons that I have. It's a tactical knife close. I think it's more like it's a very random comparison. The Gilgamesh claws from Hades.
I
Where
haven't
she
played it,
just
but yeah, go ahead and tell
she
me.
just straight up like her hand like it looks like just think knuckle dusters or something like that, except
Okay.
it's just a jaguar version of the Freddy Krueger claws, basically.
Oh, okay. So like in Street Fighter, the guy with the.
Yes, it's
Perfect.
it's the Street Fighter guy, yes. And
Okay.
she's just
Yeah.
like gonna try and go for that, which means killing pounce. When you pounce on a prey by surprise, roll with Gaja. Which because I am in a wild form, I get extra Gaja on that, so sweet. Really needed it. That's an 8.
Nice. Okay. Um. So you get to choose one of those. You inflict terrible harm, increase your harm type. You return to the shadows. No one knows where you are after you attack, or you keep your cool and forego marking stress.
I think she's gonna inflict terrible harm. This is a one and done kind of way of using it. So she just like leaps up, like towards wherever the person is, and it's just like if has the rifle aimed and everything, like has the arm back to aim through the scope. She is just going to like try and rip the arm off. Like she is clawing her best to just try and like break down the arm and take it off. I don't know if she'll succeed, but
Like she finally can like release and do this.
basically, this is full on like I have been angry all day.
It's cathartic.
And as
Yes.
you do that, you just like pounce between buildings, which these alleyways are like another building's worth side, and you just hear like boom, 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 boom. This person does not see you at all, and you're just like that form, right? You're like Tai Lung form, right in the back, and it just like, and it rends just this huge deep gash, four in each side, and Pupusito, you see, quick as a flash, Gabby's there now.
I think you hear her just saying like in between growls and like very like animalistic noises. He's like, "You can't hurt him. He has a future to enjoy and make something of himself. you don't get to take it away. And she's just like digging, and it's like she could just slash and be done. She's like grinding claws into him to make sure it hurts.
I walk up
As-
from afar and I'm like, oh, I hear it. That's actually really meaningful to me after such a hard day. Yeah,
As you
yeah.
two
Same time.
are, as you two are on one
You had a
rooftop.
bad day.
As you two are on one rooftop, you've taken care of those two. Meche, you're running back about halfway to the door. Alma, you see Meche running towards you as you hear, like right behind you. Meche is just this like line of.
And I am just scampering as fast as my little feet, my little rat feet can take me.
Does Mitchell come into the house or past the
Yeah,
house?
right into the house, into the doorway of the house, like, and just like leaps over your legs because you're probably just like sitting out, and you just see this like right behind Meche. Just keep him right in front of it. Not really in any danger, but you hear like pop, 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 hitting the ground. So of course you're not looking back. You're like, oh my god, I'm getting shot.
I confusedly give my plates of just like the yuca and just the rice to Meche.
I'm just like, so now I have like a plate, and I'm just like, okay, thank you, and I'm just going to keep running through. I'm like the fight or flight response. I'm definitely in flight mode, so I am just running as far away as I can.
So you let something here as Meche runs away.
I'm kind of running. I think I'm going to try to run actually to like the back bedroom. Where,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you totally do. You run in his back bedroom, and Idama's like, whoa, what is that? And Lupe is now like hiding behind the bed.
So
Danger.
I'll will just
Did you drop your Nahua form, by the way?
No. No,
Okay,
I'm
so Idama's like now, she recognizes your kind of form a little bit because it's kind of like dark in the back. She doesn't turn on the lights during the daytime. You don't need them in the daytime, so it's just kind of darkish. And she looks at you, and she sees the face, and she screams because she doesn't know about your Nahua forms. You're just Meche. What do you do?
And then I you can kind of hear me start screaming, and I take off the mask, and I'm just like, no, it's me.
You take off your mask form, and then you transform from this this creature that has a possum hands with a possum face, and it's just like it's only like the Tom Cruise thing where you go Mission Impossible, and she freaks out even more and runs into her room and slams the door. In the meantime, you're hearing gunshots from the outside.
well shit.
Alma, there were initially gunshots towards the house, but they're not now. They're actually shooting at the other rooftop, which the two of you are just. You're fine. You're crouched down. They're not even hitting you. They're just more scared.
Well, okay, Meche, your guard duty then. And I just kind of like open the door, close it behind me. Nahual form.
Okay. Do you have your mask? It's in the
I'm not gonna stress.
Okay.
Unless Tia Irma's food is like that amazing.
No, not that
Okay.
amazing, but it gives you good comfort.
Fair enough.
So mark one stress.
Marked.
To your top right is the rooftop that has the people who are shooting over towards. That's where Gabby and Pupusito are. What do you do?
Well, people shoot at each other, but I don't like them shooting so close to Tia Irma's. So, assuming that they don't know that I'm involved in this, and they don't know that I'm a participant, I'd like to sneak up
Okay.
and just tackle from behind. Is that a sneak around?
Yep, do sneak around. Yep.
Con manya, kiss me manya. Okay, gotta want this. Pew! That's a total of 5.
So as you get up to the building, and you try to sneak around. Your sneak around is very much more of a you like slithered up the side of the building, and you like peeked up right on the side, and you're like, hola. Not exactly a sneak around, but you were right there in front of them.
But they were not looking that way, and you just popped your head up like a gopher. What do you do?
I'm a stab him.
Okay.
I'm going to use my because I unlocked one of my new thinger things with the XP.
Mhm.
I will use my viper. I will assail them with my small blade. So,
Okay.
what do I? Okay, I roll with Garra. I'm learning this game, y'all. Ooh, that's a 10.
All right. You said you assail him with your small blade.
And you know what? Because they were so nice to say hello. What kind of damage is this?
You start out with it's heavy damage, and they're on a lower, so you can actually probably with your move. I don't have the move on in front of me,
Yeah.
but it's probably you do a terrible move. So there's about 3 of them on this building.
I'm going to mark off another stress, and I'm going to make it terrible. Maybe to send a message like, "Give up now. Look, I just dropped this guy with one stabby stab."
Yep. You take it and you just like, and it's like you miss the jugular. But it's like sticking out front. And they look back, and the person is just, and they fall over with and you just rip it out from the back.
And I have to take a condition because my stress was filled.
Okay.
I am I'm frustrated.
All right. Because you're just done. Meche, you're inside, and you hear Irma just screaming and praying in her room. Like, just going like, oh my god. Because she can. Lupe is now like, is Tia Irma okay?
I think she'll be fine. I think yeah she'll be fine.
Yeah, she'll be okay. She'll be okay.
Yeah, no, it's just a little shocking. It's fine.
Like, what's going on outside?
Um, just a little barrio fight. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Barrio fights. It's like, it's fine. It's a gang war. It's totally okay.
Yeah,
That's
just
normal.
the usual, you know.
Oh, okay. Should we just stay inside then?
Yeah. Just
Okay,
stay inside. Stay low.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Lupe goes over. Tia Irma? And just the praying gets louder. Oh, okay. And Lupe starts going out to get, towards the kitchen. What do you do?
I also knock on Tia Irma.
And she screams inside. Like, you hear like this like shuffling, and like a thump to the door. She puts something in front of the door.
Okay, I'm just gonna let her do that. I follow Lupe.
You freaked out the Tia, Meche.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
Totally burning the good candles now.
Yeah,
Like the really good ones you get in Easter.
Oh no, that's bad. You never burn those.
And I'm just like, yeah, this is
not
part
the ones
for
you
the
get at
course.
Rancho. The ones you get at the church.
Yeah, I'm
The
just like,
ones
yeah,
that have
this
the
is
face.
this is par for the course for Meche. I'm just like, yeah, I just made everything worse. It's cool. So then I basically I just follow Lupe because I have a feeling that I don't want him to get out of sight.
As you go in back into the living room, Lupe is now looking out the door and seeing Alma climb the rooftop and just just like, wow, and it's just got this like look of awe of like, she's so cool. All of that look.
And I'm just like, yeah, you know what? She is pretty cool.
We should close the door.
Yeah. Yeah, I just kind of I push Lupe like down further to the ground. I'm just like, let's just close everything. Let's just be.
Okay. Like, why are they getting involved? I thought you said it was a barrio.
Like,
Yeah, because anyone who messes with Dia Irma messes with us. That's right. That's right.
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And looks around and there's like a stick that Thea Irma uses to walk around.
That's so cute. That's right. So we're just telling him to get out of here. Don't mess with Tia Irma.
Meche, I want you to roll me a instinto.
That is going to be 5 because I think I got rid of my negative when I leveled up. I put 1 extra XP into that.
So with a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. With that 5, one of the things is you don't notice a from the back door it's slightly opening
Cool.
and someone coming in
Fantastic.
while the rest of you are outside. That is where we are going to end episode 2.
No.
I know we're at time, but also I was like, great.
I was like, how's it gonna end? That's how, of course.
That's
That's
how
how.
it's going to end. That's what I do.
Thank you for doing what you do.
Yeah, indeed. That is the end of episode 2 of Nahual. We will be back, not next week. We will be back actually on the 25th of June for episode 3 of Nahual. I apologize, but it'll be that long. Next time, we will have Jimena back.
Yay!
Yay!
Mena gets to come back to this.
Come back to this. Let's do our little outros, and this time we will start with Meche, our amazing producer,
Hi.
as well.
Thank you. I play Mitche, and my name is Amanda. I use she, her pronouns. I am actually Paraguayan American, so I'm really happy to be on the stream with my fellow Latin creators. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Panda Cabra, PandaCabra. And yeah, I talk about like a lot of neat things over there, so feel free to come say hi. I'm gonna pass it off to Pupusito.
Thanks. Hey everybody. It's I'm Anthony, he him pronouns, playing Pupusito, also he him pronouns. Catch us later in June for the Starship Troopers stream as well, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So that's and I'm also playing in a Monster of the Week game on Infinite RP. That's a lot of fun as well. It was a great time playing this game with everybody else, and I can't wait to see what we got going on. I'm gonna go ahead and popcorn it to Angelo.
Hello there, lovelies. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here joining us as viewers, or if you're folks watching VODs or things of that sort. Thank you for tuning in. I am involved in a lot of different things TTRPG related. I am both a freelance. I am a freelance musician who does various pieces for different spots. I've had actually themes for whole TTRPG campaigns that I've written for shows over on All Nerds here. I am a designer who's written a total of 20 playbooks for the Slayers RPG, of which there are also 2 more I'm working on, and one of which is Berserk inspired, and the other one is Castlevania inspired. So we're going to see how that turns out. And I also released my first ever game a couple of months ago that is also available in the Queer Game Bundle that is going on throughout the month of June as part of Pride. So I am involved in a lot of different things. I wear a lot of different hats, and I'm also even a writer as my main kind of work and job as a poet over on Philosophem on Patreon, or if you just want to find me at Phoenix24Fem on Twitter. I do a lot. I play in a lot of games. I run a lot of games, and I'm involved in a lot of different spaces. And I'm very thankful to now be slowly getting involved in even more spaces, like the fantastic ones that our own amazing Ida is involved in. Ida.
Hi. Oh, hi, that's me. Hi, I'm Ida. My pronouns are she and her. And just to like give you a bit of just a position to what I played today, Alma. Yesterday I played a Harangon monk. I was a bunny. I was a happy, cute, super friendly, sweet bunny yesterday. Okay, I have this range. um, I'm located in Europe, even though I am Bolivian American. And one thing that I really like, yeah, and one thing that I'd like to really work on at my group Horde of Tales is who I stream with mostly is we want to diversify our community in Europe and also augment that with amazing talent internationally. And thus, this coming month, my group is going to be hosting an event called Women in Gaming, where I'm right now very deep in spreadsheets to schedule out a lot of things, but we're planning a whole month of one shots, discussion panels, hopefully one-on-one interviews. I'm putting this wish to the universe out so my producer hears me and like, I want to do this. And where we're going to uplift all sorts of amazing, talented women in the TTRPG community. We have an amazing mix of women who are BIMPOC women, TT LGBTQIA plus women, neurodivergent women, disabled women, women with like amazing professionals and experience backgrounds. We're all going to come together and we're going to have like a lot of fun, support and uplift each other. And I'm really looking forward to it. Schedule comes out when we have it, which will be at on our Twitter page, which is Horde of Tales, like a dragon's horde. And oh, I guess there's one cool thing else that's happening, and I'm going to send it to Morty to talk about that as well.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for playing with me today and the next two episodes as well. I am More Shoddy. You can find me on Twitter at more_shoddy. More Shoddy is everywhere else. I run games here on TTRPG that runs amazing games like this and all the Latin cast, which is so amazing, as well as next week on June 8th. They are running a Romance on the High Seas at 6 p.m. Pacific. It is a one-shot of Scholastic Dragons, Matalage. It's gay pirates. How can you go wrong? Honestly. So please, June 8th at 6 p.m., please tune in. I will be there. And since I'm going to be there, like, how can you go wrong with that? I mean, honestly. But it's going to be amazing. I have that game. Scholastic Dragon is an amazing game creator. So, I got nothing else, honestly.
And I'm sorry for yelling out earlier. I swear I thought my mic was muted and I needed my water because I left it on the windowsill. So I was like, you heard foreign languages, you heard foreign tongues.
And again, we will see you back for episode 3 on June 25th. And love for everyone. Happy Pride Month. We'll see you soon.
Pride Month is every month, fuckers.